The biggest real estate bubble in world history will produce the biggest correction in world history. Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome into the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. So yeah, we're gonna have another hard-hitting look today. Buckle up, strap in. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. No rainbows and sunshine. I'm just gonna give it to you and give it to you straight. And folks, I mean, my goodness, this is insanity what we're living in right now. You are in fact living in the biggest housing bubble ever produced in world history, folks. I mean, my gosh, what else do we need to know? It's insane to me. It is absolute insanity. So grateful that today I'm more in touch with everything that's going on with economics and just, you know, some of these warning signs. And at the end of the day, folks, that's our job, is just to continue to be prepared, to raise awareness, to understand the environment we're living in. And right now, folks, like I've talked about before, we are in uncharted territory with this economy and with more specifically the housing market, the real estate market as a whole, not just housing, commercial real estate. Everything is out of balance. And that is scary, folks. I hope you understand. My job, like I said, I continue to just come on and provide some narrative and some commentary that you're not going to get from mainstream media. We all see what's going on out there, and we need to be aware of what's going on so we can be prepared for what's coming. So today we're going to talk about the coming correction. Now, and if you don't know there's a coming correction coming, you do now. Listen, folks, we've never in history been able to survive a real estate bubble that's exhibited the same type of behavior as the one we're in now. And right now, we are in fact in a super bubble, the biggest bubble ever produced in world history. So if you think that in fact this market cannot correct, I hate to be the one that tells you it has to, because it's basically in a chokehold right now. It's at a breaking point. Real estate is in massive trouble right now. Even though prices are at an all-time high, that is not good. That is not good. Agents are dropping out of the industry. Lenders dropping out of the industry. We're in a chokehold. We have massive warning signs going on with this real estate industry. The lenders that are left are trying to offer adjustable rate mortgages again. For my 2008ers, welcome back. Welcome back. We have lenders, let me repeat, offering, because the 30-year fixed mortgage rates have risen, adjustable rate, balloon payment, teaser rate mortgages are back. And that's what happened in the last real estate bubble. I mean, we can just look at the past to get a little head start on what might be coming in the future. And when we saw the last real estate bubble, it was all lending, right? That's a lot of the comments I've seen in the comments below. Last bubble was different. It was the lending, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. The facts are we're in another real estate bubble. So buckle up and strap in. This one is going to provide some blowback. It has to. If it doesn't, welcome to, basically a renter nation. And, the first time in history, basically we've survived a bubble, but we need this, because if we don't have a correction, folks, I just want you to know the brave new world that you'll be living in will not resemble anything like the world we're living in now. And that is a realistic scenario, just so you know. Personally, my personal feeling, because I'm a real estate professional working in real estate, temperature checking and heat mapping the industry for you, coming to YouTube and exposing it and raising awareness for you. I lived through the last real estate bubble. I drank the punch back then. The punch bowl got removed and the market crashed. Not going to make the same mistake over and over expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. Making the same mistake over and over expecting a different result. We're in another bubble. The last bubble, the same thing happened, and now here we are again. And the lending industry is now starting to push these different loan products, is what they call it, with adjustable rate mortgages to try to get you into these teaser rates to bite, get you down the road. And the next thing you know, you got a balloon payment. It's just ridiculous. So one of the things that I've seen in the comments, and I do my best to read, jump in and comment along with you. Amazing people in this channel commenting, by the way. So I want to encourage any of my new viewers to please jump in there. It's buckle up though and strap in. One of the things that I've seen is, oh, well, if there's a correction within 6 years, it'll be fine. No, it won't, folks. That is short-sighted if I've ever seen a short-sighted comment. Listen, folks, what's going to happen as soon as the market corrects, the amount of people that bought in a super bubble, they're going to go upside down instantly. So even if you think you're going to weather the storm and wait it out and, oh, real estate, it'll come back in value, the contagion is going to kill that. The reason is because whether you can make your payment or not, that was me in the last bubble, by the way. I had a house, I bought it at the height, correction came, I could make my payment, but I was like, I wasn't enjoying making my payment every month on a house that I knew I was not able to sell it for what I paid for it. I was making a payment on a house that was no longer worth what I paid for it. Whew, this is serious. Now listen, folks, the realities are a correction is very, very likely. A recession is very, very likely. A full-blown depression is probably the most likely. We are in a super bubble, a global bubble, the biggest bubble that's ever been produced. And the way it was produced through a health pandemic is the elephant in the room. It's the kicker. It's the dirty little secret in this one, because we injected trillions of dollars into the economy, pumping up all the financial markets to now where they can't sustain themselves. They're at a breaking point. We have runaway inflation with interest rate hikes coming. That was a tongue twister. So the reality is, folks, what I really want to explain today in final thoughts, because my job is to continue to raise awareness and then try to bring hopefully some final thoughts that help you, because we don't want to be scared, but we don't want to be paralyzed by fear, but we do want to understand the world we're living in. And our biggest investment, our house, our real estate, is at risk right now. You're in a super bubble. So you have to understand that. And the people that, as much as I'd love to tell you that, even if you have a correction, your house is no longer worth what you paid for it, 10 million people buying in the height of a real estate bubble, it's not going to be fun making a payment on a house that's no longer worth what you paid for it. People are going to start coming to the exits. People start walking away from homes. They weigh their options. Should I just walk away from this thing and give it back to the bank? Maybe I'm better off, rather than continuing to year after year after year make this payment on this house that I could have bought. If I bought right now, my payment would have been less, or I could have got the property for less. You have to understand that. So it really comes down to, I always say this, you don't get hurt in real estate when you buy at the wrong time. You necessarily get hurt in real estate when you buy at the wrong time. You get hurt in real estate when you sell at the wrong time. So if you bought pre-pandemic levels, you're probably able to weather a storm much better than somebody who bought in post-pandemic levels at the height of a real estate bubble. We've hit a tipping point. We're not seeing appreciation rates do what they did during the pandemic anymore. They've hit a ceiling. They're cresting. They're going to start dropping. And the only way they don't is if somehow this economy defies gravity, but we see too many warning signs where temperature checking and heat mapping, inflation, rising interest rates, market volatility, dying commercial, retail, and office. I could go on and on and on. Heavy hitters like Zillow getting out of the iBuying space. Other countries having massive economic and political problems. We're temperature checking and heat mapping quite a bit at this time. Buckle up, strap in, save your cash for a rainy day, be prepared to weather a potential storm. There's one on the horizon. Our job is to not let it blindside us and scare us and paralyze us with fear. First step of getting past a problem is admit there's a problem. We have a big problem with this economy, but it doesn't have to floor you. You can, in fact, come out the other end smelling like a rose simply by understanding that these are clear and present dangers that we need to brace for. That's going to be our job here. You can help others simply by giving the video a like, subscribing to the channel, and getting in the comments below. Get this message out. We have an opportunity to prepare and save people. I didn't do that in the last bubble. I'm doing it in this one. I'm not making the same mistake over and over, expecting a different result. Social media links in the description below where you can have more access to me, as well as other interviews I've done with some other great channels. There should be another video popping up in your screen now, as well as an icon that you can click on to subscribe to the channel right from your television set. I appreciate your time today. Please go make it count. See you on the next video.